Yeah. Welcome to the mission. Strap in, soldier. Fatherhood, don't wait. Let's move. Boots down, sunrise, another day to lead. I'm raising up my squad, planting purpose in the seeds. No manual, no map, just the heart of a man. Turn pressure into diamonds, yeah, that's always been the plan. From the rookies to the vets, we all walk the same roads. Carry heavy on our backs, but we never lose the load. We break cycles, build strength, keep our honor understood. Welcome to the front line, Operation Fatherhood. This is real talk, real dads, real grit. Suit up every day, cause our kids need it. Stand tall, stand firm, yeah, we rise where we stood. It's the brotherhood. It's the mission. Operation Fatherhood. No love, no cap, just truth in the trenches. We lead with love. We fight with purpose. We protect our soul. Stand tall, stand firm, stand firm, stand firm. We stood. You in the mission. Stand tall, stand firm, stand firm, stand firm. We stood. Operation Fatherhood.
Welcome back, dads. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully y'all had a wonderful weekend, had a good week, thus far, getting ready for the holidays and everything that's coming along with that. So today's episode, we're going to dive in, and this is really dedicated to all the girl dads, and again, this is for all dads. If you have little ones that are doing sports, that are doing things, extracurricular activities, whatever it may be, but me being a girl dad, I think this is one of the greatest things that I have gotten to witness, and I say that because it's great to see the transition as these things happen. But being a cheer dad, being a dad that has a cheerleader, up there on the big stage, competitive cheer. One of my daughters has been doing competitive cheer for a while now. She's now in high school and will probably start doing some school cheer. But being people recognize, the cheer moms, whenever they are helping with the hair, helping with the makeup, making sure the outfit is done, making sure everything is good. You have the cheer shoes, you got all the snacks for the, afterwards and whatnot. But I think there's a silver lining in that. Again, everything happens for a reason. Again, the cheer moms, right? They get together, they laugh, they talk, they discuss, they kind of critique what's going on. And us cheer dads, we're the biggest, and I say this, sometimes we're the biggest cheerleaders when we're in front of the stage. Like if you ever been to a cheer or seen it, and then I aside from just cheer, any kind of competitive sport, right? Anything that is competitive, right? We want to be the loudest. We want to be there so that way they know that we're showing up for them when they are doing their thing, when they are in their element. So lots of cheer dads, and again, recent competition, lots of cheer dads that were there, had the backpacks on. And again, it's cool to see, cause again, at the age, couple ages down and the age that she's at, they like to pin the backpacks, right? These little clothespins that are decorated from the different teams, and you go to competitions and to see all of this. And it's cool because again, us as dads holding the backpack, sometimes we get pinned, right? And I know a lot of times, again, we talk about dads working away, dads in the blue collar industry being away. So when you are able to make time to go to these events, to see them doing their thing, and again, competitive cheer, You got about 2.5 minutes. Right? You do all of this stuff, all of this pre-planning, all the practices that go into it, right? And then for those 2.5 minutes, you get to watch your kid up there. Again, if you have cheerleaders, if you're a girl, then you have cheerleaders. This is what I'm talking about. But you get about 2.5 minutes up there from the time they, march out on stage. Spotlights are there. Music is high energy. Everybody is high energy, and you're trying to be the loudest there. So that way, not that they see you and get distracted, but so that way they see that you are present, that you are there. So to all my dads that do have girls that are cheerleaders or doing any type of competitive sport, again, I say this, please make the time to be able to be at those things, right? Being a cheer dad, I tell you, it's definitely chaotic. Especially when they get into that preteen and teen stage. Yeah, it even gets more chaotic, array of emotions that happens, lots of things that go on, wardrobe malfunctions, hair's not sitting right, makeup isn't all the way there. And again, us as dads, right? The cheer moms are doing what they're doing, but us as cheer dads, we're kind of sitting back, waiting, when is it our turn to step in? And, and again, sometimes you have to, divide and conquer. And, if you have more than one child, you have to be able to divvy up. And so what I will say, dads out there that have cheerleaders, right? If you're the one that's having to take your kiddo to the cheer competition, right? I would say learn how to do the hairstyle. And if you don't, again, them being, teenagers, like my daughter, she's a teenager now. She'll get help from her squad. Even some of the cheer moms will be able to assist with that. Makeup, I'm definitely not a makeup artist. Yeah, I can color inside the lines somewhat, but yeah, I'm not touching any kind of makeup. I don't want to mess up anything or do anything, so I'll let one of the moms handle it. But again, what I tell my daughter, and this could be something that you end up doing yourself, is encourage them to go out and be leaders, right? Maybe they're a little shy. Maybe they might be, just a little timid, but when they're in their element, you see that leadership coming out of them. You see them taking charge, on the field if they play soccer, in the huddle if they play softball, or in the huddle if they play basketball, or, again, not excluding the dads that have boys, football, right? Who's the leader, right? Again, not all the time the quarterback ends up being the leader. It's not him. Yes, he's leading the charge, calling the plays, but sometimes you have leaders out there that just, know what it takes to get the group together. And I like to encourage my daughter to be out there, be a leader, right? Know what you're doing, be confident, show that confidence, because that confidence, not cockiness, right? Don't be arrogant with it, but be confident enough to go out there, and talk to your teammates. Tell them, hey, we need to get our heads focused. We need to do what we need to do. Let's, hit zero. Let's, stick the landing. Let's get the stunts and not have any bobbles. And man, you can definitely tell, because again, all of her teammates end up, coming up to her. She is a main base, and this is terminology, cheer terminology. So if you ever see cheerleaders, the stunts, right? The main base is usually the one that's down, gripping on the flyers, foot or leg, and twisting and turning, and kind of has everything going together. So, but another thing when it comes to competitive sports and just, the kiddos in general, if you have other siblings, right? Other siblings in the house, and say, you have a softball game that you're going to, and, the siblings get to come, and you see that excitement from them being able to cheer on, their brother or their sister. I think that is also golden moments that we definitely need to cherish as dads. As many moments and memories as we can make like that, you definitely have to. Prime example, my middle daughter, my senior this year. They bicker, they fight as any sibling does. But when she's able to go watch her sister do cheer, you see a totally different side to her. And what do I mean? I mean, she's very tough. She's very kind of reserved, unless she's joking with friends. You see the laughter and you can hear her like in the dugout because she plays softball. But when she's watching her little sister do her thing on there, you can see the excitement, how happy she is for her, how much encouragement she ends up giving to her little sister to go be great. And I think it shows what us as dads end up showing our kids, how to again be leaders, how to not worry about things that are outside of our control, but also understanding that things that we can control. And somebody once told me this. Again, I've been coaching softball, dealing with softball and other sports, soccer and whatnot. The two things that us as dads can't control for our kids, but we can instill in them and let them know, is the attitude that they have whenever they're doing their sport, when they're doing their thing, and the effort that they give, right? So I like to encourage all you dads out there listening, every dad out there, attitude and effort. And that also applies to us. It's not just kids, right? The attitude that we have as dads, right? Is it one that your kid is gonna remember? Is it an attitude of encouragement? Is it an attitude of showing up consistently? Is it an attitude of being there in a positive light, right? And then the effort that we give to make it to these events, to make it to where they're going, right? To get them to, the carpool line and, go bowling with their friends and being that chauffeur, right? And I know we talked about the garbage time in a sense, right? We all talk about quality time, but the garbage time, those key moments right there in the car where you get to connect before they, you get to go see them and see those memories and them having fun and making those memories with their friends. But just one of the things I want to make sure that y'all take away from this episode is our attitude and our effort plays a big part. All right. Again, and I know we're constantly away. We're constantly working. Sometimes, we're on the night shifts. We're doing, the thing that we need to do to provide. But the minute that you get that opportunity to take that day off on a weekend and go see a cheer competition, go help coach a softball game, go, hit some balls off the tee with your little man, right? And I'm talking everybody in this, right? All dads, mainly the girl dads, right? But again, all dads matter. All dads need to be there. But it really, really, really needs to be our attitude to show up and our effort to want to make an impact on our kids' lives. And I think, speaking of impact, how impactful are you when you're there in the moment, they're in their element, and they get to see you. They get to see you cheering for them, right? And again, us as dads and parents, again, any moms that are listening to this as well, we end up being the biggest cheerleaders for our kids, right? We end up, knowing all the effort, all the, practice and things that go with that sport, or whatever extracurricular activity they're doing. Some kids don't play sports. That's perfectly fine. Whatever your kid is doing, I think we need to really, really focus on being there, being present. Put the phones away, right? I've been to a lot of these events, even on, the competitive cheer side, on the softball side, right? And it's crazy to me because I'm there watching my daughters do their thing. I'm watching them, go out there on the field, bust their butt to make a play. My softball daughter, for her to, get in the box, and I'm kind of, yelling at her, big in the box, hands back, like, power through the ball, all these things. But to watch her do that versus seeing some of these other parents, right, that are constantly on the phone, making phone calls, looking at Instagram, right, not really paying attention. And again, they might be doing, whatever it is they're doing, but I honestly think that you just need to be in the moment. You need to be in the moment, because again, and sometimes, like, she asked me, "Hey, Dad, can, make sure you get my hits?" And there's been a couple that she's hit and I didn't video, but it's because I was in the moment. Yeah, we can video, and again, it works great, especially as they start to transition into, and looking at colleges and going to college to play softball or to do cheer, or, for my boy dads out there, football and whatnot. You want those highlight reels, but be there in the moment. Because if you're not, and then all of a sudden, like, say you're looking down at your phone and you're not in the moment, and then next thing you know, you hear everybody around you cheering, you done missed out on that opportunity to catch that memory and to have something to discuss after the game, right? Put your phone away, move the distractions, get out of being distracted when you're trying to get those good memories and that quality time. And I say quality time because this is not the garbage time. This is a quality time, right? It's quality time because, again, you're showing up, you're cheering their kid on, you're making sure that they see you, and encouraging them as much as possible, right? Especially after every game. Yeah, there's been times where, for all my daughters, because, my oldest two, they ended up playing soccer. Like, I coached soccer, and, I wasn't a great coach at soccer, but I did it because, again, when you have kids, you sign up to do things like that. But there would be, times where you talk to them as a coach, but then, knowing, and again, girls, you gotta lead a different way. Girls have to feel good to play good, versus boys have to look good to play good, if that makes sense. So being able to, making sure they feel confident, making sure that they feel like a leader, that they feel like they're ready to hit the ground running when they get out onto that field or when they hit that stage, right? Takes those dad pep talks. So, shout out to all the cheer dads that are out there, all the cheer dads that are, holding the backpacks, getting them to where they need to be. Yeah, man, keep up the great fight. Keep on doing your thing. And if y'all ever see me at any of the cheer competitions, say what's up. But also, all my boy dads as well, be there consistently encouraging your student athlete to be great, to think positive. Yes, not everybody's going to be on, not everybody's going to be on fire, right? That you're going to have your off days, but it's how you bounce back, right? And train to be able to be great at whatever it is they're doing, whether that's sports, that's, spelling, that's debate, that's chess, whatever it is, right? The more that attitude and effort that they put into it. Good attitude, right? Have a positive attitude towards it, and 100% effort, maximum effort. You can't half-ass something and expect outstanding results, right? So we got to just make sure that when we are encouraging them, that it's in a positive light, right? Yeah, you can tell them, what maybe they did wrong, what they may need to fix, right? And it doesn't come off so negatively, but at the end of the day, make it a positive engagement, make it something that they're going to be able to take. And then as they get older, they'll be able to remember, and they'll start dishing that out to some of their peer group. And I think that is also a good moment that you get to witness and have when they start taking those morals and those values and those characteristics that you've been teaching them, and they start spreading that amongst the group, right? So, but with that being said, again, this isn't a super long episode. I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. Hopefully it's not too stressful. All my dads out there that are working out in the field, hopefully you get to go home and be with your kids for the holidays. I cannot express that enough. If you have time off, take the time off. The job is going to be there when you get back. And if it's not, I'm telling you, there's lots of work in construction. There's lots of work in the energy field, oil and gas, definitely hiring. I've seen a lot of different job postings out there, needing electricians for all this infrastructure that's going on. So yeah, don't fret, dads. There is work out there, but take the time off, man. Take the time off. Give up a little bit of that overtime. Again, whatever your finances are, I understand that's on you. If you want that because you're providing, you're paying the bills, getting the debt down, whatever it may be, do that. But if you have the opportunity, take the time off, spend time with your kids, make those memories, make them enjoyable. So again, if y'all want to reach out, operationfatherhood25@gmail.com. I'm Dro, the Sound God. As y'all know, y'all can find me on all social media platforms there. So until next time, we'll talk to you later. Peace.